You've had quite a roller coaster over the last few years, professionally and personally. Let's begin with your latest stop. How does it feel to be back in Austin for the first time since you were a player a little over a decade ago?
It's an awesome feeling, an amazing feeling. I don't know if words can really express how excited I am. I think the word I just keep using is excited. And I know everyone's like, okay, you're excited, but I just can't explain the excitement or the amazement that I feel right now.
How tough was it to walk away as a player? Because you just retired. I mean, you were playing just a few weeks ago. This will be your first coaching gig. How tough was it to step away after 11 years playing professional basketball?
I don't think the decision was that tough. I knew that I was going to retire this year. I signed with LA, so I planned on playing this summer. But when I got the call from Karen, I mean, just our relationship, the type of relationship that we have and the trust that I have with her, I knew that this was a great opportunity for me. So I didn't even think twice. I don't even think I blinked.
Let's rewind a few years ago, 2015. You're playing professionally in Israel. You have a 3-year-old son. Everything's going great. And then suddenly one day you discover a lump on your body. Walk me through what happened there.
I found a lump. Of course, I'm thinking, oh, it couldn't be too much of anything. So I get back to Dallas. I get it checked out. He refers me to a specialist. But the date that I was referred was the day I was supposed to be at training camp. So I go ahead and I go to Oklahoma, I play throughout the season, and I get an elbow, and I'm like in tears because it hurts so bad. And as many times I've been elbowed in my career, I'm like, what is going on? I go to the doctor again, he refers me to a breast specialist, and we found out that I have stage 3 breast cancer. I end up going to get tests, and luckily, thank God, that it didn't spread. It was only in my right breast, so we went from there and we just started treatments.
I mean, do you remember the moment when the doctor even first uttered that word, cancer, when the doctor first made that diagnosis?
Oh, you automatically think a death sentence. I didn't know enough about the disease. I didn't know enough about cancer in general, not just breast cancer. So I'm automatically thinking death sentence. I'm thinking, what about my son? What does this mean for him? And, you know, I had a great group of doctors in Dallas, and we just kind of sat down. We came up with a plan, 4 months of chemotherapy, a mastectomy, and then radiation. So the treatments were extremely tough. They were very taxing on my body. But at the time, I didn't understand exactly how taxing they were because I just was trying to go through everyday life and try to keep my routine as normal as possible with my son. I wasn't playing, you know, at the professional level, but I still was working out every day. I was training kids. So I was trying to keep normalcy as much as I could.
I know people, family members who have gone through chemo and radiation. It's debilitating. Yet the stories I heard about you were that you continued with your basketball drills, you still had your eye on the game. Is that true?
It was. I think basketball was something that just kept me going. Between Marley, which is my son, my 5-year-old now, and between the game of basketball, it just kept me going. It just gave me something to look forward to. You know, I think just the perseverance and the tenacity that sports taught me, it really helped me get through it.
Did you always have in your mind, I want to get back to playing, or you know, was it baby steps? First, I want to make sure I'm healthy, then I can play. What was your thought process?
Oh no, I knew I was going to play again. Or that was my hope. That's the thing that I was hoping for. Not just for me though, but just for women in general. I just can remember my nurse telling me that, you know, we have a firefighter and she's playing and she's, you know, doing her thing again. I'm like, what are you trying to say? You don't think I'll be able to play again? So it wasn't for me. I don't think I necessarily played again for myself. I played again for every woman or every man that's ever had this disease. And I think that maybe they can't do push-ups anymore because they had a mastectomy, or they think that they can't go on, or they think it's a death sentence. I just want to be someone that they can look up to and like, you know what, I can do this.
When you first got the diagnosis that you had cancer, I heard that you kind of kept it a secret from your teammates for a while and coaches. When did it finally hit you? When did it finally come out in the open to where your team knew?
It was just one day I sat down with my trainer knew, and we just sat down and I told her, you know, I think at this point, regardless of what happens in the season, because we were in playoffs and I just didn't want to be a distraction. We had worked so hard that season. We had a winning record this season, and I had been on Tulsa where we had some losing seasons, and I just did not want to be a distraction. So finally I just told my trainer, I was like, listen, regardless if we win or lose this playoff series, I was like, I have to go home. I have to start treatments. And she totally understood. She backed me. The coaching staff understood and they backed me. And at that point I went and told my teammates because I didn't want them to find out through social media. I didn't want them to find out through anyone else. I wanted it to come from me. And I thought they deserved that.
What was their reaction?
Everyone did something a little different. Some people just had to walk out of the room. They couldn't take the emotion. Some cried. They were really good about it. They still check on me to this day. They still call me. So everyone was okay.
Didn't some of them take it harder than you did?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some were crying a lot harder than I did.
Did you have to console them? I mean, like.
I did. I'm like, I'm supposed to be leaning on you guys. I need you guys to help me out. But I mean, that just goes to a testament of the WNBA. Like, it really is a sisterhood, and we all love each other and have each other's back.
I would imagine, just as a parent going home while you're battling this, going through it, seeing your son, and part of you may be wondering, how long am I going to be around to see him grow up?
It was. I mean, it just, the experience in general, it just kind of teaches you not to take anything for granted. I think any life-changing experience, whether it's with a job, whether it's with something medical, whatever the case may be, it really changes you. And this changed me for the better. I look at life a lot different. I enjoy life a lot more. I don't stress as much about little things that I thought were huge things. And I just live. I live every day for my son and for myself and for my family.
When did that shift in thinking hit you? During the radiation, afterwards, after you recovered and the cancer went into remission?
I think once I recovered and I went into remission, it's like, okay, now you have a second chance. You have a second chance at everything. Basketball. I don't think I've been the type of player that never took a play off, but it just kind of made you even appreciate it a little more. Those times that you complained about the small aches or the small pains or having to get up at 6 to run, you started to appreciate those things. And that's what I did. I just appreciated every opportunity that I had, not only with basketball, but just in life in general.
So here you are in Austin. I mean, how does it feel? It seems like life is coming full circle. Going through all that, coming back here 11 years later, how does it make you feel?
Proud, actually. It's not too many things that I can say that I just really feel accomplished. Like, it took me reading articles about myself when I was in college to understand the impact that I had on the university or on women's basketball. Like, I didn't understand the things that I was doing then. And now that I'm back here, it's kind of like, I'm proud. I'm proud of everything that I've done. I'm proud of everything that I've accomplished.